This is the plaintiff, Jerlene Hunter. She says she lived in the defendant's rat trap house. And when she means rat trap, she means rat trap. There were rodents in her ceiling, and the scratching noises were unbearable. And something died up there and stunk up the place big time. She got out of there in a hurry, and the vengeful defendant is keeping her security out of spite. It's not right, and she's here to fight for the return of her $2,755. This is the defendant, George Roll. He says he has every right to keep the plaintiff's deposit because there were damages done to the place. She also never gave notice she was leaving. Yes, they did trap a possum in the attic, but things like that happen. He dealt with it in a timely manner, and the plaintiff is overreacting. He is accused of not taking a tenant seriously.
Okay. Jerlene?
Yes.
Okay, Hunter, you're suing your former landlord, George Roll, for $2,755. $695 of it, the security deposit he won't return. $60 it cost you to move, which you're going to tell me about why that came about in just a moment. And $2,000 because of the stress that this all put you through, because you moved. Why?
Because there was a possum.
A possum?
In the attic.
In the attic?
Yes.
You had an unexpected roommate?
Yes.
Okay, talk to me. How long had you been living there?
I was living there before he even bought the place, and I moved there in 2006, and a few months later he bought it. And in 2009, I was home alone on the computer, and I kept hearing the scratching noise towards where the bathroom is at. So, and I listened, and I said, what is this going on? So I called him. So he said he would come over.
Okay.
So he came over with his ladder and everything, because the only way you can get into the attic is in our bedroom, in the bedroom. And so he went up there and he looked. He said he didn't see anything.
Okay. Why are you wearing sunglasses in here?
Because these are prescription glasses. And
Do you have prescription glasses? I like seeing people's eyes when I talk to them.
Yeah.
Because the eyes are the window to the soul. And I have to decide who's telling me the truth about stuff when I have a case in front of me. Do you have regular glasses or no?
Yes.
Can you put them on? Thanks. Lovely. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So he comes in with a ladder to access it through your bedroom, and?
He said he didn't see anything, so I left out and I went to the kitchen. And then
but what had made you call him?
Because I kept hearing that noise.
What noise?
It's like a scratching noise. Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Unmistakable sound.
That's what I was hearing.
Of some critter's nails in your attic.
Yeah, and I kept hearing it. So I went to the kitchen, then all of a sudden I heard something like it's like, pow! So I ran back because I thought he fell. So when I come back, the ceiling is on the floor. I said, well, what happened? He said his foot slipped and it broke the ceiling. So,
How'd the ceiling break?
My foot actually just slipped from off of the boards. Off of the boards.
Because you were actually in the
now,
attic.
That was not the first time, that I had.
Okay, because you were actually in the attic?
Right.
And you were looking for the critter, and you didn't see the critter.
No, I didn't. I had shined the light, all inside there, and I was.
So now we got another problem,
for...
which is that the ceiling is falling down.
Okay.
I don't mean to sound like Chicken Little or anything, but all right. So then what happened?
Okay, so he said he didn't see anything. So I'm looking at the ceiling and the installation that was there, and I'm looking like some animal droppings that's in the installation from
the installation.
Yes.
Okay, there were animal droppings.
Right.
All right, you showed them to him.
Yes, I see.
And did you agree that they looked like animal droppings?
Well, it was there actually dung there from an animal.
Well, dung comes from a living object.
Because,
okay, so all right. So now he agrees to allow. At the time, you were with your husband.
Yes.
All right, and he agrees to allow you guys to take $150 off the rent by repairing the ceiling because apparently your husband has that kind of talent.
Right.
Okay. And what are we going to do about the critter?
So he goes, after my husband fixed the ceiling, he gets some bait in a trap and have my husband to put it in the attic.
Okay.
So that Monday, I called him. Okay, so he comes. And when he comes and he go up in the attic and pull the trap out, is in here.
What? Oh, let me see. The possum?
The possum.
Okay, he looks mad. Okay.
Because he did one, I mean, I jumped back. I'm like,
Right.
oh my God.
Okay, so what did you do with the possum?
I took the possum there to the house and I just killed him and took him out and just threw him away. You know,
Okay.
That's all there was.
All right, so the possum's gone, or so you think, or at least part, you're hoping the problem's solved, but did they go put the trap back in there?
Okay, no, he didn't come back. But I still was hearing that.
The scratching.
that
So you
scratching.
asked him to bring the
So I
trap
called
again.
him back and I told him, I said, I still hear that noise.
Okay.
So he comes back and put the trap back in there again. So he come back the following day after I called him to see was anything in there. Wasn't nothing there. So, but during the time when he had broke the ceiling and everything and the loft was off and you can see through it and I'm like, it's a hole there. Must be where they was coming in.
Well, they're coming in from somewhere.
Yes.
Right.
So
But you don't want to close up the hole until you know that they're all gone from the
Right.
space. Otherwise, you're going to have quite the stink.
Okay, now this is what happened. So after he came about the second or the third time, went by me calling him, and he said he went up in there and he sealed the hole off.
So now, what ends up happening?
He said he did all he can do.
Okay.
Okay, so he comes for the rent. And I said, you know what?
Wait. Now all this was happening when?
Okay,
what
this
month?
was like in July going into August 2009.
2009.
Because the rent was due on the 1st of August,
Okay.
but this was like in the last part of July. So he asked me about the rent. I said, you put me in a bad position. I said, because what you should have did instead of sealing that thing off was get somebody professionally to go in there and see what is it that I'm hearing. So, well, I done did all I can do. So I told him, I said, I was gonna move.
You tell him, I'm going to move.
Yes, and I would like to have my deposit back.
All right. And you end up moving when in August?
So I wound up finding a one-bedroom place, okay, and I couldn't take my refrigerator there. And that apartment wouldn't have been ready until the 12th of August. And it was like the 10th was the last time I heard that critter, whatever it was, make that scratch.
And according to you, he's sealed the hole now.
He sealed that hole off.
So what happens after the 10th?
Okay, the 11th, which was on a Tuesday.
You hear the last scratch and like a very faint, "Help."
Very faint scratch. It took its last energy, breath, and everything to make that little scratch.
Wow.
And that Tuesday morning, we woke up and you can smell the stench. It was gross, and he knew it.
So if the defendant just merely sealed up the attic, let the possums die and there was a stench, can the plaintiff move out and get the security back?
No. I mean, they can move out. I mean, they should definitely move out because it's not their fault. He covered it up.
It's the possum's fault.
Right. It's the
It's the landlord.
landlord's fault.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's the landlord's fault.
Can the landlord do that? Is it an acceptable remedy just to seal up the attic with the possums inside?
Absolutely not. Nobody should be subject to those type of living conditions.
I'm thinking exactly the same thing going inside the courtroom.
Do you think she says she had to move out as a result? How bad was the smell, by the way? You had to put up with the smell for how many days?
I put up with that smell.
The noise for all of August and the smell?
And the smell, okay, the smell started on the 11th, and then the 12th was my move-out day. But just hearing that noise all the time and not knowing what it was, I couldn't even sleep. My nerves was bad and everything. And I had called court enforcement, and they had sent the lady out.
Okay. And the lady comes out on what day?
It was the 14th
Okay.
when she came out.
All right. Now, is she exaggerating?
To me, she's exaggerating. I did what I was supposed to have done as a landlord.
Okay.
She says that there was a hole up
Well, did you
there,
ever? Let me just
that
ask you
was,
this: did you ever call a professional exterminator?
Professional exterminator.
Did I stutter? Yeah. Professional exterminator.
Yeah, for
Did you ever call a professional to come in and any critter control company that specializes in that?
Matter of fact, I did once, and they told me, what they would have done, and then told me
It was cheaper for you to do it yourself.
Told me that I could do it myself.
No, I'm sure they didn't tell you.
And-
No problem. You
and
do it
that's
yourself. Don't call us. We don't want to eat.
And
Okay,
that's
I'm
when
sure they didn't tell you that.
Right,
But
and
you
that's-
figured you could do it yourself. You bought a trap, and you figured you could do it yourself.
Well, I knew that I could do it myself.
Okay, well,
because critters
apparently
like that.
not very well, because if you sealed the hole or you put traps without
Well-
enough bait, you didn't capture the critter that died in there and that stunk up the joint. Or is she making that part up?
Well, she's just making it up.
She's making it up?
You know,
because I'm looking at the inspection report now. What am I going to find in the inspection report?
Well, of course, I got my inspection reports, too.
Let me see your inspection report.
I think that it was just written up, by her friend, that was.
You think she had a friend in code enforcement?
Right,
Everybody should have a friend in code enforcement.
Miss Vicky, Pat, they just hand to hand.
I don't even know the lady.
I don't think that she's her. Well, I don't know either that or she's making a look up because she says both of them just wanted to talk about their problems with each other, and I told them both to cut it out, that I had no interest in it, and that there's something rotting in the attic that needs attention because the stink is bad. And then she says that she said to you, "Do you not smell that?" And that your answer was, "No, I don't think it's that bad."
Well, actually, it was a.
Maybe your standards are just lower than the average bear's.
It was a smell that you could actually deal with.
She could deal with it.
What is on the inspection sheet?
Exactly what I just said.
The one that I gave you.
No, yours says on 19th, they're telling you what to do. So they come out again on the 19th, and they still tell you there's all this other stuff that needs doing.
Well, actually,
then the one you've got is one from back in 2008 saying that you complied with some other problem you apparently had. That doesn't help you. All right, so now in August of 2009,
that's just a normal inspection right there.
Addendum inspection was conducted, which revealed that the subject property is in violation.
And I corrected that problem, and it was corrected before.
I don't know whether you corrected it or not. That's for the next tenant to worry about. But I want you to know that you're not showing me something that proves it was corrected. You say you did everything that you needed to. Let me make two things perfectly clear. A, you didn't, because you didn't call in a professional. But B, even if you did, I don't care. See? Because even if you do everything nice and if you'd hired a company, you done whatever you can, if at the end of the day you didn't solve the problem, then she doesn't have to continue to rent there. I don't have to look at a tenant and say, live there with all those roaches. Live there with all those possums. The heck with you. Because you wouldn't, well, maybe you would, I shouldn't say that. All right, but she doesn't have to, according to the law. So let's talk about it.
Well,
stop it. There's $695, that's the security deposit.
Yes.
Now, by the way, did you ever send her a letter outlining why it is that you're keeping the security deposit?
Well, I talked to her personally.
Did you send her a letter? Yes or no? Did you send her?
No, I didn't send her a letter.
I want you to know that Florida law requires you as a landlord. I'm asking that for a specific reason. The Florida law requires you, incidentally, if you want to keep a security deposit, you have to send the tenant a letter itemizing why, okay, within 30 days. If you don't do that, you don't even have a right to it, even if you had a right to it beforehand. All right. You're also should prove to me $60 for the move, that it cost you $60 to move.
I don't have that because I couldn't get hold of Joe.
And you don't get $2,000 for stress. You did end up staying there for 12 days, you know. So no, I'm not going to also add $2,000 for stress. I'm going to order the return of her security deposit in the amount of the $695 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number a bunch. Oh, she's just like you.
You can talk all you want right here. Come on in here. What it have to say here, sir? On the outcome there.
All she was doing was just favoring her, from start to finish. That woman said she never did pay rent on time. And then once, she was almost evicted, and she came to my house and talked to me personally and then asked me, could she have that apartment back after she was there evicted. And she knows it, too.
All right. All right, head right around the corner. The documents are waiting for you right around the corner.
The judge favored her from start to finish.
Okay.
There was no favoritism toward me.
All right.
And you know it.
All right. Come on in. Step on in here. You see it the same way he does?
No, I don't. I was not evicted, and there's no eviction downtown in the Tampa courthouse for me at that address at all. No eviction. He's just a sorry landlord.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, there is something called a warranty of habitability, which applies in all leases, even if it's not written there. It basically means tenant is allowed to live in reasonable, healthy, safe conditions, and this isn't. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.